Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and you are all here in my garden in Zoodesia. And today is a super special day because it is the 100th episode special! Since we have been partying and adventuring and adding animals and discovering and researching here in Zoodesia. So for the past 100 days we've had almost daily adventures, and that's not even counting the special zoo kitchen side quest where we prepare food for the animals and ourselves. That's not counting the awesome side quest in which we've gone and washed our dogs, or which we've worked in Zombberry village or gone into the village of light, and there is still so much to do. We have barely started exploring the adventures and the stories and the animals that are available in our world. But today is a great day because we are going to take a moment to reflect on the entire world. I am going to show you all of the places that we have built here in Zoodesia Zoo. We're going to check out all of our animals. We are going to check out the animals that we have down in our stasis chamber down below. And if you are brand new, or if you have had the need to catch up on our awesome adventures, today is the day to tune in and to just jump on in, and I will explain everything in detail. So for some of you, this will be rehashing stuff that you already know. Kudo points if you can mention trivia down in the comments below that I don't mention. So if you happen to know really cool trivia things like who helped me put these plum blossom trees up on the tree, or who gave me those pepper plants in the background, or who was Iris's original owner, that may or may not be a hint of things to come, then go ahead and leave comments down below, share the information with other people so that they can jump in and get engaged in our world. And I can't wait to share everything that the other people on Zoo Crafting have been building as well. We're going to take just a quick peek at some of their areas so that you guys know where to go if you want to see some other amazing builds here in our world, because this is a giant server full of fantastic builders and I am really excited to show everything off. Not to mention, it'll feel good to be able to go around and be like, yay, we've actually done stuff, because so many days it feels like I get distracted by my beautiful plants, my beautiful garden, playing with the puppies. Hi, Pine. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I found Alia. We lost Alia yesterday, and I was like, where the heck is she? She was in here sneaking treats, weren't you, Alia? She was sneaking treats from inside of the pantry in the kitchen. So that's where she was the whole time. I'm going to bring her out into the garden so she can come sit down with Pine. And we're going to start the world tour. All right, come here, Alia. Come here. Come here, puppy. Actually, you and Pine can keep following me. That's fine. We might as well start at home. Home is where the heart is, because look, there's my heart. Darling! Take that. But yeah, so to begin the tour, this is Darling. And this is my wonderful Darling, my mate, partner, best friend in real life. He is currently spying through our kitchen window. He is a scholar and a researcher who studies things like Chinese history, that and philosophy. Those are his already finished fields, and he's currently working on AI studies. So very, very high-end stuff, and it means that he's always busy with his books. Are you jealous about Primrose being inside of the kitchen again? Are you two like talking or dancing? Oh, they're so silly. But yeah, Darling is my wonderful real life partner, and he wanders around our home as an NPC quite often. And this is our home. Let me show it off to you guys real quick. So we'll start over here where you can kind of get a good view of the house. I am Zookeeper Seri. As you guys know, our goal is to build a gigantic zoo in our beautiful world. It is a huge, gorgeous world. And our goal, like I said, is to build a gigantic zoo using hundreds of different animals from all sorts of mods, including mods that we're having custom made, mods that we're tweaking ourselves, animals that you will have never seen before in Minecraft. Mr. Sheep, hello, you startled me. I was like, 1 doggy, 2 doggy, 3 doggy, what? But it's just our sheep. But over here, this is my house. So you can see the bedroom up there. That's a storage room. I should turn it into an office for Darling, really. Then downstairs, where we have Darling currently talking to Martha. That used to be his office, but we have a dodo named Martha who took over working in there. Very fascinating stories. You'll see many of our animals help to work in the world. And, you know, this is my front yard, kind of bounded off with the hedge fencing so that my puppies, hi Alia, hi Pine, so that my puppies are able to wander in the yard on occasion. We've got a nice garden. It's not as big as I want yet, but we are working on growing our garden. I should do a bunch of side quests. There's Darling hanging out upstairs. He really wanders all over the place. It's awesome. And right here, this is actually our mail station, our little mailbox where people can come and speak with our mail mob on duty, which is currently Jude, an Enderman of indeterminate gender who works here at the little spot. He's very shy, so that's why you can't see his face, as many Endermen are very, very shy, but he's very friendly. So you can come over and kind of like say hello to Jude and leave any mail that you have inside of this chest. And then you can actually raise the flag to indicate that I've got mail. And then I can glance over and be like, I have mail, and come back and check out what people have left for me. So it's our awesome little mailbox. People come into our area from that teleportation chameleon. We have teleportation creatures throughout the world who have the power to teleport us to the other areas on the server. And my teleportation item that I picked was a chameleon because I think the chameleons are awesome. And we actually have a chameleon exhibit we're gonna check out Pine. I should get some food, so if you get hungry, I have something to feed you guys with. This is another part just of our garden. We've got some grapes that took me forever to find. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some pig's ears. We'll go over to the doggy bakery pretty soon. Oh yeah, who's a good puppy? There you go, Pine. All right, so they're fed. I'm wearing a very special exotic flower headband, which means that all of the chickens and other mobs follow me around. All right, there we go. All right, Sunny, Poachy, Red Poppy, Scramble, say hello, Martha Jr., Omelet. We have an unnamed chicken, you guys. So if we have like Omelet, Sunny, Poachy, Scramble, we need to name that unnamed chicken along that theme. So what do you guys think a good name would be? I need something, another like Eggs Benedict or something, you know, another egg food name that hopefully deviled for deviled eggs. Give me name ideas for the new chicken. That would be fantastic. And this is the chicken coop. And the reason the chicken coop is full of mushrooms and poppies is because the poppies come from Red Poppy right here, who is a special breed of chicken who lays poppies in its footsteps, which is quite fun. And it also lays eggs and occasionally rose red dye. And actually our puppy Holly right here is the egg collecting dog. So she wanders around and collects eggs. Oh, I think she's full up on eggs. Holly, you're gonna be so excited. Here, okay, do I have a plank of wood? But Holly really loves chickens. She really loves eggs, and she really loves protecting eggs and the chickens. So what happens, look at that. Oh my gosh, she's got so many eggs in her inventory. Good girl, Holly. Good girl. All right, we'll take a few of them out and put them inside. So what happens is we let her wander around in this yard, and she gathers up all of the chicken eggs that the chickens drop. So she's kind of like our little egg collector. And then every couple of weeks, so every 2 weeks or so on Tuesdays, we give the dogs a bath, and that is when we will actually empty Holly's inventory. Yeah, that's right, Holly, of all of her eggs. She's got some food in here. There's a beehive. Poor little queen bee has passed away. So we'll go ahead. We won't do too many chores today, don't worry. But you can take the queen bee and turn her into royal jelly and combine the royal jelly with a bee grub and have a brand new bee who is ready to go. And we have a beehive in here because of all the flowers. The more flowers that are around beehives, the faster they collect honey. And we need the honey for all sorts of food items. But yeah, that's our chicken coop, which is still kind of under construction. We just expanded it like yesterday or something like that. And then, yeah, my big garden, the house, as you can see, some composting bins, which work really wonderfully. Just gonna throw that in there. We've got more puppies, actually, over here on the other side. Here's Lily and Tate and Ash, Holly, and then we've got Zoe. We've got dogs everywhere. It's just a matter of finding out where they've wandered off to in our yard. And actually, we've got a secret area that you guys have been asking we can see on the tour. So up on this waterfall, if you swim to the top, there is a secret cave inside the waterfall that came with the land when we moved in. Who knows what secrets we might find in it in the future. Swim, swim. I wonder how many of you guys know about the secret cave. Oh, and here we go. And we are here. Look at it. Isn't it so cool? Look at this place. Oh, the dogs are having a good time, just swimming around in circles. Hey, Alia. Hey, Pine. But yeah, this is just the secret little glow shroom cave. Oh dear, Alia. Alia, that's really unnecessary. Oh wait, there. Okay, get a safari net. Alia, you don't need to get trapped in the water. There we go, I got her. But yeah, this is the cool little mushroom cave. Who knows what secrets we might find in here one day. I just have a feeling we'll come in one day and there might be something waiting for us, some sort of mystery. All right. And that's inside of our little waterfall. Here's our little home. Doo-doo-doo. All right, Alia, let's make sure you're not hurt. Oh dear, she's a little hurt. Here, we'll tuck her over next to the bed for just a minute. You stay here. Stay here, you two, just for a little bit. I'll grab you before we leave. But yeah, so that's the secret cave. And then over here we have what will one day be kind of like a experiment room for all of the different seeds and the agricultural mods that we have, the agricraft mod we have. I've got little sprinklers spread around. That's from the maple sapling mod. This is our absolutely amazing plant sorting chamber, our plant sorting shed, which is awesome, with the plant sorting system, which is hundreds and hundreds of different pipe systems and different sorting valves put in behind these walls. There's hundreds, I swear. You can kind of get a little bit of a peek of all the pipes that are down there. But what happens is we put all of our plants in here, since gathering plants is one of the big things we do for the zoo. In order to gather up all of the plants we need to feed the animals, that we need to decorate their exhibits with, and we put them in here, and we turn on the little lever there, and just like that, dun 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 dun, the plants start disappearing. There we go. See, they start disappearing from the chest, and they will be sorted into the appropriate category for mushrooms or special plants, aquatic plants, bamboo, flowers, edible plants and seeds, tree saplings, leaves, and wood. So that is really awesome. I love our plant sorting system. I'm going to turn it off for just now, though. It saves a ton of time. I wish we had a sorting system like that for my crops, because that would save even more time. All right, you guys ready? Let's go inside and get this tour going. If it's taken me this long just to show the front yard off, I need to move a little quicker. All right, my awesome kitchen. Lots and lots of stuff to do. If you guys want to know more about what magic goes on in here, check out our zoo kitchen episodes. This is Primrose, my extremely helpful, wonderful assistant maid intern, my first intern of the zoo, I should say. We're going to have a proper little zookeeper outfit for her pretty soon. And she helps to put down torches and helps to light up the area so that it is safer for our zoo patrons and our zoo residents. And she hangs out in here with Carlos, and they both are normally sitting in the chair. They're just being a little silly today. All right, whoops, Carlos, I didn't want to be the one sitting down in it. All right, Carlos, hang on. He's like, I'm free. All right, there you go, Carlos. Back into your little chair you go. There we go. Now Carlos is back in his chair, and we can actually grab Primrose. Oh, she's been helping to collect Carlos's eggs. But yeah, Primrose will pop back up into the chair on her own in a little bit. She's just kind of stuck there for the moment. Can I pick her up real quick? Come here, Primrose. All right, whoops. No, I don't want to be on the chair. All right, hello, sweetie. There we go. Now she's properly down in the little chair. There, that's much better, isn't it? So yeah, that's Primrose. She comes along on some of our adventures, helps us light things up. Carlos is one of the dodos that was born from Martha. Hello, Martha. You also need to be put in your chair again. All right, there you go, Martha. This is Martha the second. She used to be just Martha, and then a creeper blew her up. It was kind of amazing and sad, and we cloned her. We went downstairs to our laboratory down there, and we cloned Martha so that she could come back. I've got a little area. This is actually a washing machine that can repair all of our armor. It's very awesome. Little closet there. This is the library where Persephone, one of our amazing security cats, takes care of the library for us. We've got tons and tons of special letters and notes from all of the other amazing friends that we have on the server. Mostly Alex, because he leaves a lot of presents. It's kind of amazing. We've got a cute little root cellar right here. I'll show this off to you guys. Adorable little root cellar where we store all of our edible food. Edible crops, I should say, because the food we tend to store kind of like up here. The finished food, things to eat. In fact, speaking of finished food, I'm going to grab these sandwiches for the journey, because I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of adventuring today to try to cover all of the ground. All right, I'll show you upstairs real quick. I love my custom-made carpet. Beautiful. Here is the storage room. Here is my bedroom where Darling and I get to sleep. Here's my little journal to write in at night. Hello, Nightlock. How are you? How are you, buddy? This is Nightlock. He protects the treasure room. This is my treasure room where we have our essence berry bushes growing. Essence berry bushes grow essence berries, which you can eat to give you experience points. Very, very, very useful. Very good to have, if you ask me. And I'm constantly harvesting them. These represent like some of the most valuable treasure on the entire server. If people want to be really nice to each other, we trade essence berries rather than diamonds, because essence berries and having experience points are much more useful than diamonds in the long run here. So that's kind of what the currency on the server is, of showing off how wealthy you are, is how many essence berry bushes you have. But we tend to give them like as presents to everybody too. So we've also got different artifacts. So another way of showing off your adventuring abilities and your skills is what kind of special artifacts you may have collected from around the server, because there's uniquely made artifacts that are one of a kind. Darling! Good luck studying! Yeah, there's unique one-of-a-kind artifacts that are also made in this world too. Downstairs, we start getting into the zoo business. This is our big giant aquarium. It goes through multiple stories, has lots of fish in it to watch. And here is the feline security desk. Here in Zoodesia, we have a cat security team who watches over the entire zoo and makes sure that nothing goes awry. And Major Calhoun is in charge of that team, along with her mate, Captain Kaz. They are here keeping a close eye on all the security cameras, making sure everything goes all right. They've got a bunch of little, like, cat grass spots. No catnip, because, you know, no catnip on the job. They've got cat grass to eat. There's also some little notes that you can leave if there's any security issues. Yes, we have gotten many warnings about how unlit our zoo is. As you can tell, if you look out from our balcony, it doesn't look like there's much of a zoo yet. And we're working on that. We're still working on building our zoo. So that's happening. Down here is our official, this is like the workroom. This is the storage room for all of the material that we need to build actual things in, to actually craft items. You know, gemstones, leather, dyes, wools, coal, ores, the amazing variety of different ores and beautiful gems that you can collect from the rock hounding mod that we have. Our world is so diverse in material. I absolutely love it. Oh, and you, actually, while we are right here, you guys, forgive me, because we're working on the tiger, the South Chinese tiger exhibit right now. And if I could get this limestone turned into some, let's see, can I turn you into limestone? Can I turn you into some blocks? Is that a thing I could do? Limestone, can't turn limestone into blocks. Well, I'll figure that out. I'm gonna turn limestone slabs into something so that we're able to make a nice little sunning rock, a heat rock for our tigers. So that's one of my goals. Where did my dogs go? Did I make them sit down somewhere? They'll probably teleport to me in a minute. But yeah, this is the room where we've kind of got the top of our smeltery as well, which is currently out of order until I figure out how to build it without, like, we had some smeltery issues, let's just say that. But yeah, we've got a smeltery, kind of trying to be professional. Here's our current exhibit project to-do list based on what you guys have voted on. So we often will do polls to figure out what animals we're going to add into the zoo next. And the South Chinese tiger and the meadow of horses, which is going to be our farm and horse area, which is going to be a huge, it's like a village into itself. It's going to be gigantic. Those are two things that we're going to get started on and hopefully at least finish the tiger exhibit and maybe a barn for the horses this month. And then we're also going to try to do the freshwater ray and the white-tailed deer. And that is because I get so distracted by projects. I need to have a list, or else then I won't like focus on getting some projects done. But the tiger exhibit's coming along great, and you guys will see that soon. Down here is the final story of my little tree house, and it is also where we have Pigman Fern and his brand new friend, Tarzan. Whoops. But Pigman Fern and Tarzan, who seem to be getting along great, are two of our... Hello, puppies. There you are. I knew you guys would teleport to me. Hang on real quick. Don't jump on the ore berries. They'll hurt. But they are nether researchers, so we don't have a lot going on down here in the nether research room yet, but we probably will in the future because there's new nether crops, new nether mobs, new nether business that we need to study and research in the future. So that's going to be happening. All right, let me go ahead and close this little door. All right, come on, you two. And over here are where our science laboratories begins. And I'm really excited. This is going to be like our science labyrinth once we really get it built up. We already have a grafted tree that has lots and lots and lots of the different fruits and plants that you can get from the Pam's Harvest Craft fruit trees. So that's up here. We have Professor Cowplant III. We have a mini assistant researcher chickens like Lab Chicken. And we've got a little snail, which is actually like Lab Chicken's friend. The snail travels all over the place. I love this snail. This is our treasure room. In fact, I'll show you it proper. So we come from our tree. You can see this is actually where we store all of the safari nets. This room right here is where we put in the safari nets into the stasis chamber. So if we come over here, these are all of the animals that we have in safari nets ready to be put into exhibits, but we don't have an exhibit built for them yet. And it has everything from parrots to crabs to woodpeckers to cassowaries and roadrunners and kiwis, so a lot of birds. We've even got some dinosaurs that we need to add in the future. We've also got a lot of zombies, villager zombies. One of the big things I love to do, you guys, is cure the villager zombies and give them a second chance at life. And actually, that's what the entirety of Zombberry Village has been made out of mostly, is zombie villagers that I have captured and cured. And so we have these guys to capture and cure in the future. I think one of these, I think maybe this guy is a baby zombie. And then these are all just normal baby zombies who are not baby villager zombies, who will eventually be going into the zombie baby daycare, which is going to be one of the places that we have and one of the places we're going to work with. And then we've got a bunch of werewolves to hopefully be able to cure the werewolves in the future too. So we're going to try to give them their own village. And there's nothing in these chests. I should probably move these chests upstairs, honestly. Then we've got down here Bella's laboratory. Hello, Bella. Are you trying to mix up your potions? Bella is actually our chemistry-loving cat, and she is one of the children of Major Calhoun and Captain Kaz, and she loves chemistry, so we actually have a lab coat I need to get for her, and we need to build her chemistry lab down here, and she's going to help us to make potions. So that's going to be a really cool thing we have going on down here. Over here is kind of a spooky area where we were dabbling in the dark arts, the dark sciences. Yeah, that was a zombie baby. Sorry, little guy. But yeah, this is kind of where we were dabbling in dark art. And I wanted to fill this area with bloodstone actually, which we collected a lot of recently, where we have a zombie summoner, and this zombie summoner will actually summon zombies, baby zombies. They'll summon zombie dogs, zombie cats, and it'll drop them down onto some spikes because we needed to get rotten flesh to feed our dogs, and that was kind of what I was trying at first, but now I think we'll use it to try to like summon zombies, but then sort out the villager zombies and the baby zombies. Because it's really traumatic to listen to like the zombie cats and zombie dogs, and I don't want to do that. Maybe we'll try to a cure for zombieism, Bella. That's our goal. Cure for zombieism. Over here is our treasure room. So we come on in, and this is where, oh, an Assistant Freezer Bunny, how are you? Assistant Freezer Bunny helps Professor Cowplant III manage the stasis chamber, and I absolutely love Assistant Freezer Bunny's uniform. Look at that. This is credited to Alex. Alex has helped us out with this. He's amazing. He does so much stuff, so much stuff. So does Ben, so does everybody. Everybody here is amazing. But yeah, we've got all sorts of unique artifacts that you can find in towers throughout the world, and we put them in here. This one is the Quick Iron Trinket of Healing. Every one of them is unique, so none of the artifacts are the same, and they all do really random things, which is fun. This one heals the player when used, and it gives you a little speed boost. And we store other kinds of treasure in these areas too, like the Gold Boots of Healing, which is another unique artifact I found, and a whole bunch of the different, like pristine figurines and a whole bunch of the different little, you know, restored pieces that I've collected from our fossils and archaeology adventures. And then, ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. The Blast Protection Aerated Gold Chestplate of Toughness, which gives you a health bonus, lets you have water breathing after you take drowning damage, gives you blast protection. Pine, is anything in here? Nope. But there's other treasures, like our restored ancient helmet, restored ancient sword, and our scarab sword that we've gotten from researching dinosaurs in the fossil and archaeology mod. And speaking of researching dinosaurs, here is our fossil research room, where the snail tends to spend a lot of its time. Bill is coming over. I feel like we could probably move this this failed plant. This is a failed plant from the fossils and archaeology mod into Bella's room, because I feel like she could collect the different gel and stuff from it and maybe come up with something very interesting from its materials. Oh, the poor little snail. He's like, you don't see me. We're playing hide and go snail, you guys. I love hide and go snail. All right, am I still too close? Oh, I guess there's other animals too close. And he's like, nope. But yeah, this is where we come in, and we haven't done a lot of fossil work yet, but this is where we have our very special picks that have really great enchantments on them, so that we can crack open some fossils and get lots of biofossils, lots of plant fossils. In fact, I think I have some plant fossils on me. I sure do. And what you do is you come over to the analyzers and you smack them down in the analyzers, which I'm gonna do right here. There we go. And then I'm just gonna toss this stuff in here. Another, let's see, archaeological discovery. And eventually we will have more researchers, and there's actually a whole village called Relic Ruins, which we won't see today because it's under construction for a super secret surprise for you guys, where we will take all of this stuff and be able to trade with it to the NPCs who study these things. We'll be able to really learn more about the history of the world. All right, and is there anything in here? Ah, the plants didn't give us anything, dang it. All right, just gonna throw that in there, and then throw some gravel in here. Anything good? Nope, just more gravel. Well, I guess that's one way to like research things. I love it though. So we'll do more with the fossils in the future. And we're actually working right now on expanding our science labyrinth and making a new research room. So this is hopefully going to be where we can come in and we can add a whole bunch more of the like analyzers. We can get everything kind of hooked up to a system so we don't have to do it all manually and make things go a lot faster. There you go, Pine. There you go, Alia. Come here. You guys are kind of hungry, huh? I should probably go get the zombie flesh that we have. Or we could go visit the zombie grinder, which we might do in just a little bit. Alright, but yeah, that's downstairs in the laboratory. Many of the lab animals have been with us for hundreds of episodes, so they're deeply valued friends. Pigment Fern actually popped out. Oh my gosh! Alright, alright. Really? Major Calhoun, Captain Kaz, I understand that there's many probably interesting cat videos on CatTube that you guys are also watching, and I have been lenient about this, but really you two, like a creeper in my security, like right below my security office, that is just an embarrassment. There we go. We'll have to figure out if we need to light this area up some more. There's a lot of hidden glowstone to light areas up. But yeah, that is kind of the main headquarters. So that is the headquarters, the house of what we do here. That's right, Captain Kaz. Please patrol for the creepers, sir. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, the headquarters and the main house of where we live. And down here is where the zoo proper begins. So right down here is our amazing bird Sunflower. This is our golden chocobo. Chocobos are from Final Fantasy, in case you guys were wondering. And she is absolutely fantastic. And Alia, okay, whatever makes you comfortable, Alia. But Sunflower is fantastic. She's able to fly quickly through the sky, and so we ride her quite often to set out on adventures into the far wildernesses and find all sorts of new animals, new plants, new adventures. Yeah, Sunflower, and she's fantastic. She is a deeply valued member of our family and our community. And then there is Aster Seed. Hello, Aster Seed. Hi, this is her mate. He used to be just a yellow chocobo, but something happened when we moved to this world, and all of a sudden he's gotten his golden feathers. So this is going to be interesting. Getting their getting their little house going, getting them a little nest and things like that, so that maybe they could lay some eggs, maybe have some babies. That has been on the list of things to do for a very long time now. So it's still there. But alright, now let's go down to the zoo proper. We haven't gotten a ton of exhibits done, but I am proud to show off what the 100 episodes have at least accomplished. Alright, so we'll go this way first because it's the smaller section. We've got, throughout the entire zoo, you will find mini gardens that we have multi-purpose, sort of like they're decorative gardens, but they're also where we come to harvest our food. And this is actually the wild rice field. So this field, if you come down and you start harvesting up the plants, it will give you wild rice. And I think Pine, or one of my dogs, has just taken the rice plant. There we go. Because you get the rice plant back and you gently put it back in the ground. There we go. But you also get the wild rice while you are collecting it. So the wild rice can be turned into cooked rice. We often just use it to make rice paper, which is very useful for making books and things like that. There's also some sugar cane, and otherwise it's kind of like a little unruly. I need to come in, just sort of like tidy some areas up. We might have some side quest pretty soon where we just sort of go around and Pine, please get out of the water. Pine can't swim. His dad Tate is like our best fisher dog, but Pine drowns every time he gets in the water. Here, who wants an eggplant seed? Thank you, Pine. But yeah, so that's one of our functional gardens, and we follow the path Putting down paths so that you at least know you are getting to a specific destination is a very, very important part of the work that we're trying to do here in the zoo. Here's another one of our functional gardens. This is Spanish moss, which is a really cool plant that grows on trees down in South America, or not South America, in the southern part of the USA. And I used to play with it all the time as a kid. It's just that dried moss you can buy like in craft stores too. But this Spanish moss can be turned into string, ta-da! Which is very, very useful. We use the string for all sorts of important things in our zoo. So I try to gather up the moss whenever we can, and we do indeed gather the moss. Oh, yay. We do indeed have several moss gardens, Spanish moss gardens, where we try to keep a close eye on all of the moss that, you know, try to keep a close eye on it. If it grows, go and harvest it, because you never know when you need more string, and we always need more string for our projects here in the zoo. There's random little mushrooms. Our zoo, you will find, is a very living entity. There are places where the plants kind of get out of control on a regular basis, and we need to come in and clean the paths off of mushrooms, and that's kind of on purpose because it makes our zoo a living place, an organic living place. It's not static, it's not just a building, it's a living place, and it's got a lot going for it. So over here, we have the Confuciornis exhibit. Oh my goodness, which is full of a bazillion and a half birds and bird eggs as usual. And these are a prehistoric bird that we managed to get our hands on. I think Ben actually helped us finally get what we needed. Can I get that egg? Can I get that egg? No? Okay. But yeah, this is the Confuciornis exhibit where we've got all of the little prehistoric birds flying around. They're beautiful, they're cute. Many of them are named after natural philosophers. Many of them aren't named either because there's so many of them. But this is where we have them and their little homes so that they're nice and safe and happy. One of our major exhibits. Let me go ahead and put some of their eggs away. But they are adorable little birds. It was so fun to finally have this exhibit done. Look at them. I mean, there's Confuciornis number 2. Confucius even. But yeah, they are adorable. And again, this is another living exhibit. So you can see where their little berry bushes have spread. And what you do is you come in and you're like, okay, I'm going to clear up some of the berry bushes, but these berry bushes are here because they represent food that these little guys would eat. But you leave some of them, and these specific gardens right here will keep spreading, but you can see where we've left more of their food. We have little fruit bowls scattered everywhere. We've got little bird baths everywhere. And it's just such a fun exhibit to walk through. It's very pretty. It's full of gorgeous plants. You can see where the mushrooms occasionally need to be harvested and kind of pulled back again. So like I said, living exhibits, a living world. It's so exciting and so beautiful. And hopefully sooner than later, we will soon have guests visiting the zoo. And you'll find them walking around and commenting on the animals or having quests for us because they might lose an item or they might need some help finding like their way to a certain area. So it's going to be really exciting to have guests wandering around too. It'll be fun. All right. So other than that, this is the only thing over in this area, but this entire forest is a beautiful giant fungi forest, and we are going to be clearing out some of it, which I know it's kind of hard because you have to clear out some of these gorgeous trees in order to make progress, but we're going to be clearing out some of this area in order to continue adding more dinosaurs over here and like an amber museum where we can have the beautiful amber shards. It's going to be really fun. All right. And let me show you the other parts of the zoo that have been completed. Like I said, when you glance at it, it doesn't seem like it's done pretty quickly. But remember, we try to build like pretty much everything with our own 2 hands. And so it does take a little while. All right. And so like I said, follow the paths and you'll know you're going somewhere. Eventually, I'm trying to put up lots of signs. And we're going to take a right on this path. And come on down here. I should have some signs down here. See, we do have some signs. This would be towards the Asian forest zone. And this would be towards the temperate forest zone. So we're going to continue down this path. And I actually have a super big, super special surprise. So this is Lily's lily pad bridge right here that you're looking at. And I've been saving this super big surprise for you guys. And the 100th episode, this is kind of the special. It took days to build. And this is kind of going to be the super special thing that you guys get to see. Are you ready? Are you ready? We have a new path, and in honor of our girl Lily. Lily is the very first dog we ever had, and from her, she managed to clone herself into Tate in the very first episode of Zoo Crafting Season 1, Episode 1. So Lily is our very first dog, and to honor her, Alex built this beautiful statue of her, which was fantastic. And then we made her this lily pad bridge over here in the temperate forest area. And then finally, I have made a gazebo for Lily. So let me show you guys Lily's Lily gazebo. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Check it out, 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 check it out. This is a Wisteria gazebo, you guys, and it did take days to make, and I'm so excited to finally share it with you. It is probably one of the most complex and the most beautiful builds I have ever done. But this is the Wisteria gazebo. This is where we can come, and we're gonna have an NPC set up who'll have a little store selling these unique little lilies. These are glowstone lilies that actually will light up the waterways for people. So we are going to have a little NPC who can sell these lilies in all different colors, and you can come over and buy them from her. But there's also just the Wisteria gazebo as a whole, and I just love it. This is going to be like a really fancy area. You can come by with your friends and sit down and eat some fancy food and just really admire, hopefully, what's going to be one of the most beautiful parts of the zoo. So what you're going to see in the future when we have some free time is we'll be coming over here and we'll be like taking out all of the different plants. We'll be trying out like all sorts of flowers around here. We might do like a little flower garden leading up to the gazebo. We're going to be adding in like nice little benches that you can sit in and just admire the view from. It's going to be very beautiful here. But this is a special just revealed build. It took forever. It is using the devincing mod for Minecraft. So if you look down in the video description, you'll find out how to spell devincing, because it's not Da Vinci, it's devincing. And then you type in devincing Minecraft into Google and poof, you'll see this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful mod with this just, oh, look at this, look at this. I mean, look at this, look at all the little flowers. You can just reach up and touch the petals. It is so pretty in here. I can't wait to see what we're gonna do with this area. So this is the temperate forest area, and that right there is a sample of some of the beautiful builds that we're going to have in this zone. And we do already have some animals over in this zone too. We'll check them out in a second. Down here is where we have built kind of our little ranger station. So this is the temperate forest zookeeper station. We've got some berries growing over here. So if you're hungry and peckish, you need a little bit of food, you can harvest up some berries. Come over. I need to work on the inside. It really is just like, whoops, sorry, Alia. Come on in. You hungry, Alia? I've got a little bit of food for you. We've got a couple more pig's ears. There you go, guys. There you go. But you can come on in to like the little ranger station and kind of rifle through the chest to see if there's anything that would be useful for taking care of the zoo area. So basically supplies. All right, come on, puppies. Supplies is what this area is built for. You can see here's another one of the little, oops, that is not what I wanted to use. There we go. Here's another one of the little moss gardens, which are very important for us, so that we can collect plenty of Spanish moss. All right, I think Alia just gathered most of that up for us. But the Spanish moss actually helps us to be able to make bait for these traps right here. And these traps are really important because they provide lots of the meat that we use for our animals in the zoo. We don't usually kill the animals ourselves, but we will have these traps set up that can gather up all sorts of mutton. They can gather up pork chops and chicken, and we use those to feed the carnivores that live in our zoo. So let me put away some of this stuff. So many things gathered up in the zoo. There we go. Might have some hungry animals, so I might need to keep those. All right, and let me show you another one of the exhibits that we have done that has animals in it. So like I said, clearly there's going to be cabins, there's going to be like people walking around, there's going to be little shops set up, it's going to have like really cute, beautiful gardens developed, it's going to be really pretty, and what you're seeing right now is still the very rough outlines of what our future zoo will look like. So over here is the red wolf area, which is quite pretty, and it actually has a whole bunch of red wolves. Oh look, there's Nutmeg! She held and we cleaned up the poop. Scooping the poop from our animals is one of the major jobs of a zookeeper. So that was Nutmeg! A little while ago, our red wolves, the endangered red wolf, which is native to the east coast of the USA, we have some here. And, whoops, oh my goodness, I didn't know you could put these sandwiches down. Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing in the world. So I learned something new. You can put these little sandwiches down on like a table or something. That is the best thing ever. That is the best thing ever. But this is the red wolf exhibit where people can come and they can see our family of red wolves. We have Meadow and Redwood, the parents. There's Nutmeg. Hi, Nutmeg. So Nutmeg's running around. But yeah, we have tons of other wolves in here too. There's Maple. Hi, Maple. And they will just be running all over the red wolf exhibit. It's a huge exhibit and you can see it from multiple sides. I actually am thinking we might need to clear out some of the trees so that we can find all of the wolves from time to time, because I'm not seeing a lot of them, but there's a ton of them. They're just roaming around being good wolves. Hey guys. Hey guys. And the puppies are growing. So there are 5 puppies, I believe. And there's mom and dad, and they're all in here somewhere. It's just a big exhibit. So like I said, we'll have lots and lots of places where you can view them from. They might be up there. And this is a very pretty place for them too. There's little flower areas. There's a little waterfall. They have their den. We kind of peeked inside of their den. So it's very pretty here. I really like it. Hi guys, I hope you guys are happy. And we still need to build more viewing areas. We're going to build like the white-tailed deer area over here. There's a lot to go on. I know it doesn't look like we've gotten much done, but like I said, when you have to build it with your own 2 hands, it takes a while. And I'm really proud of what we have completed. And you will see signs kind of scattered around. The red wolf educator is going to go here, an NPC who can tell you all about red wolves. The white-tailed deer is going to go over there. There's going to be a little cabin right here. In fact, I think it even says so. The Temperate Forest Cabin Info Center. So you can come and get some information about the area or temperate forest in general from over here. So very happy about that. And now let's go ahead and we'll go back across the lily pad bridge. So the lily pad bridge kind of takes you over to where you're going to find the temperate forest. There's going to be lots more builds back there. It's still very in the early stages, but I'm really proud of what we have done. And then we come this way. All right. And like I said, as long as you follow the paths, you will go somewhere. But I feel like I need 100 bazillion more signs, so you at least have a hint of what you might see. So now we're going to follow this path, and this will actually take us to the Asian forest zone. So where we have more of our Asian foresty animals. And right here, this is our first stop, our first little thing we're working on. This is the Jade Bridge. So we kind of cheated and used green granite instead of jade on the bottom because I didn't have as much jade as I needed. But this is the bridge that you walk across to get over into the beautiful Asian forest area. Ah, and this is so pretty. I love these 2 mushrooms. I just love these 2 mushrooms right here. They are really awesome. And we don't have too many exhibits over here, but we have more exhibits than anywhere else in the zoo. There's still just chests with random building stuff that we need to clean up. And don't forget, we will have like benches, we will have like people wandering around, we'll have gift shops, we'll have more gardens. What we're working on over here is actually a papaya orchard. So a papaya orchard, we're gonna put little paths down in it, maybe benches. Someone suggested putting down barrels so people could pick the papayas and put them away in the barrels. Because these papayas are here, it's a garden to gather up food for the peafowl. So that is one of the first exhibits that we have over here, is a peafowl exhibit. This little like lettuce zone, this is also lettuce for the peafowl. If you come on up, then yeah, that wasn't a peafowl, that was a vulture. I'll explain that in a second. But if you come on up, there's a little hedge fence that actually encircles the beautiful peafowl gardens. As you can see, this is the glory of the peafowl gardens. It's very beautiful, very pretty. We've got different little cafes. The Peafowl Garden Cafe, we have 2 of them. Flavia is over here. There's very special food items sold at the Peafowl Cafe, ranging from peace lily tea to the bird of paradise drink to the blossom bloom tea, frozen peafowl espresso, toasted coconut, cassius tart, peafowl papaya blast, ruby melon smoothie, 2-tailed lettuce wraps, bathing pear, a delicious dessert, the basket bamboo rice, and the mushroom jungle risotto. So quite a bit going on, and there's a whole nother cafe right over there that sells the same stuff. We've also got a vulture. This is the messenger who arrived to talk with our peafowl of prophecy. Long story, a really awesome story, but a bit long. And then let's see, yeah, there's lots of peafowl. Oh, hey guys! So you can see the ladies are kind of hiding. That's kind of cute actually. So there's a lot of peafowl just sort of hiding in the bushes. Hi, sweetie, aren't you pretty? But we have many beautiful peafowl in here. Hello, everybody. And they'll show off their gorgeous tails. Hello, how are you guys doing? Hey, Amethyst. Oh my goodness, and we've got Ada back here on some eggs. So she had a little nest that she hid back there with Garnet. This is our wonderful friend Amy, and she sells exactly the same stuff for the Peafowl Cafe. She's also got very beautiful rainbow hair. I love it. But yeah, this is another part of the Peafowl Cafe. This is an area I need to clean up still. This is Keeper Ethan. He takes care of the peafowl, and he will actually trade you quite a bit if you speak with him. He has a lot of different trades, and we can actually do some of those right now that have to do with peafowl, so that you can trade off items that the peafowl need to eat, like broccoli, lettuce. You can also do that with the red wolves. You can trade them their food, vitamins, lemon scent, you know, interactive enrichment items for them. So that's really fun, and our goal is to have that set up in every single exhibit so that you can actually care for the animals in our zoo. And when you care for the animals in our zoo, then you're able to get zookeeper experience points, and you can turn those in for a paycheck, so for coins that you can spend in the villages, or you could spend the coins over at our cafe. Like you saw how the cafe, to buy the items that are on sale, you need wooden coins, and you can trade the zookeeper experience for a paycheck that way, or you could keep the zookeeper experience, and eventually we're going to have zookeeper like stations set up where you can get unique one-of-a-kind items or special items by trading the experience in and showing that you are a dedicated zookeeper, works hard, you know, you deserve like a special treat or special material equipment. But yeah, that's the Peafowl Cafe, and actually let me show you guys the path, which is also made from devincing. It's very pretty. It was handmade with devincing, so it's not like a path that you can just go and find anywhere. This was like, I put each piece of these blocks together, and then we put the blocks together and made the path. So it took a while. It took a while. Now, there's lots and lots of doors that lead out to nowhere right now when it comes to the peafowl like exhibit, but each of these doors will eventually lead to more exhibits, shops, etc., etc. Ada, you are just an egg-laying machine. Good gracious. But different exhibits and shops and so on that are in that will surround the peafowl area and be more of the Asian forest exhibits. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right. And then let's come on through here. Oops, got another. Oh, those eggs. They lay so many eggs. And this is actually one of the more complete areas, believe it or not, of the zoo. So it comes around. You can see it connects back to the peafowl area again. Comes around, we're back to the papaya garden. You can see where we've got those mushrooms that we have to get off the path. So like I said, organic living zoo. Constantly having to tend to the gardens, the paths, everything, keeping them looking nice. This is actually a dodo ATM and banking stand. So as you guys saw earlier, Martha the Second, who is the clone of Martha the First, handles some of our accounting. She sits at a desk and she handles our accounting. She kind of keeps track of our zookeeper experience. She'll keep track of the money that we have. And so her children manage the dodo ATMs, and the ATMs are set up throughout the zoo. This is the only one so far, but there's going to be tons of them all over the zoo in the future. And you can come and speak with the dodo, who just goes walk, at the dodo ATM and trade the experience that you gathered from helping take care of the animals in the zoo for coins, so for those paychecks. And now you can use those coins to buy items from all around the world, so not just here in Zoodesia Zoo, but also over in like Relic Ruins, over at other people's bases. That's going to be really fun. It's going to be a really big interconnected project that we all work on. All right, and this right here, which needs a sign, I just realized. Do I have a sign? Do I have a spare sign? A sign? Anybody? A sign? Oh, I don't have a sign? Aw, well, I don't have a sign. But this is the hummingbird and chameleon exhibit. So the tropical hummingbird and the veiled chameleon, I believe we decided on, exhibit. And you can see there's a hummingbird. Whoop, don't you dare escape, little one. I'm watching you. And there's our chameleons. And the chameleons actually do, look, he's changing colors. He's turning into a darker chameleon. I love it. Do I have a mushroom chameleon? Oh, no, that's just a maggot. Just a maggot. But the chameleons wander around the exhibit and they're beautiful. They're really hard to find. You actually have to kind of look around. There's several of them, but they really are a little bit hard to find because they blend in. Oh, look, 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 there's another one. Hi, buddy. Hi, are you gonna change a color? Hi. But there's a lot of them through the whole exhibit, and it's just a matter of trying to find where they're hiding. Hey guys! You guys seem to be kind of in a war of who gets to go where. There's tropical birds in here. You can see a tropical bird with its nest. There's things to find in almost all the exhibits if you look really closely. Like there's another chameleon chasing down that maggot to eat. And there's hummingbirds all over the place. Look, there's another chameleon. So you really have to watch your step. Here are some giant flowers, which are actually great for the hummingbirds. And you can see we've got sprinklers or misters on to provide lots of mist for both the hummingbirds and the chameleons, who both in real life appreciate having a good mister. They don't really drink from water bowls. Oh, I know we have 5 chameleons in here. I just can't seem to find them all. Oh, that's so cool. Look, Xenia, here's one. Are you going to turn orange? Here, I'm going to give you a little push. Now you're on the orange flower. Ah, he's turning orange. Oh, I love that. And he's off, and he's off. And there's lots of hummingbirds in here too. So they're flying around, zipping around. They've got hummingbird feeders they can enjoy. This is the giant flower collected from Alex's swamp garden. So there's signs that kind of point out important items or just explain what some plants are. Like this is the Panama Queen flower. I think we had another sign, but I knocked it down somewhere in here. Yeah, just a very, very pretty exhibit to come in and just kind of admire the chameleons. If you speak with Xenia, then you can actually trade her lots of different items that are good for the chameleons, good for the hummingbirds. You can also trade her for books about the veiled chameleon. So you can get a whole book that will tell you details about the veiled chameleon, where it's from, its like life cycle, its diet, what it normally looks like, its reproductive habits, any fun facts about the veiled chameleon too, like their big giant sticky tongue and the way that they kind of walk and wobble like a little leaf when they move. You'll also learn more about hummingbirds, which is really amazing. There's tons of amazing hummingbirds in the world, and we're going to study them more in depth in the future. But we have a few of them to start representing the beautiful, beautiful species of hummingbird. Look at them go. They are just so fast that exist. Oh, look at them go. Oh, they're just so cool. But yeah, we've got a few of them in here too. And the Asian river and cave exhibits are going to begin here. And we don't have a lot built over here. I feel like we have nothing done the further I go. It's kind of embarrassing. But we don't have a lot done over here just yet. Oops, Alia, you are about to starve. Here you go, sweetie. Have a little bit of chicken. Fine, you have a little bit of chicken too. There you go. This is eventually going to be like a big giant aquarium where you can look at all sorts of Asian fish and Asian reptiles. I'm going to be hauling them in here. And this cave system will kind of trip out, so it's going to be nice and pretty. And over here, we've got, hey, Oben, we're doing the 100 episode tour. All right, and over here, we've got like pretty areas where we'll probably just turn these into nice viewing spots with benches. You can sit down and look at how pretty it is over here. And if you keep going through the Asian cave exhibits, which will also have like big brown bats and things like that, then you can come out, pa-pom, and you're in a whole other forest. And yes, this forest looks suspiciously like the forest that had the Confuciornis, but that's because it is actually our western fungi forest. And the other one is a whole nother fungi jungle forest that's on the east. So we have a west and an east jungle that surround both sides of the highlands that our home is built up on. And if we come down the little stairs and down the little bridge, there's actually 2 areas that the cave will lead out to the same spot. And it leads to our newest exhibit project that we are working on, which is the Southern Chinese Tiger exhibit. And I've done a little bit of progress since you guys have seen it yesterday. So here's the South Chinese tiger. We don't have a tiger in here yet because we're still working on building the exhibit. The exhibit is in construction. But if we come inside, you can see we have now kind of fixed the waterfall a little bit. We've filled the pond up. So the pond is filled. It's very pretty. We've added lots and lots more rocks where we've got pieces of granite. We've got more of those ores, a lot of marble, which turned out to stretch all of our ores out quite well because marble is easy to find. But yeah, just kind of to give this a look from when you think about China, at least when I think about some of the pretty areas in China, there's a lot of areas where the granite and the dark color of the leaves will kind of combine. And that is what I have worked with over here. And hello, puppies. Okay, Alia, Pine, you guys sit down. They're so silly. But right here is another little dispensing item. So this is actually a lamp. It has a tiny piece of glowstone hidden inside of it. Then we covered it in dark leaves and we used the granite like pieces. It was very fun to make these, but they're little decorative rocks that not only decorate our South Chinese tiger exhibit, but they also light the area up so that it'll provide lots of light. Hopefully it won't let any of the mobs spawn in here. I did take out one of the trees and I kind of put up more of the little mountain look to it back here. So we've got more terraforming to do. And then probably tomorrow, on our next episode, we will be working on decorating this area with lots of plants. I'll be working on decorating this area with lots of different things for the South Chinese tiger. So I'm excited. Like, a lot of you guys want to see a den that's kind of hidden over behind the waterfall, where maybe we could be lucky enough to see some tiger cubs in the future. We'll have to see. Often you guys help directly with any of the conservation that we do in our zoo. And then a nice little heating area. So that's where I want to put the limestone, like in a little slab sort of look, so that they can have like a nice heat rock they can lay down on and just bask in the sun, because tigers love to swim, so they've got their lake for swimming, and then they've got a nice heat rock that we're going to put down. And then the path continues a little bit. I need to see if I can either fix or just maybe put a little leaf right there in this mushroom, because I like keeping the mushrooms for decoration, and they're good. Like, they're good giant umbrellas if you ever needed a giant umbrella while it rains. It rains a lot here in this rainforest. You can see I sprinkled some of these around just to light the area up pretty well. And this is actually another viewing part. It has another sign saying what this is what this is viewing. But this is another great view of the South Chinese tiger that actually gives you an elevated view, which is going to be really nice once we have this set up. And some of the park benches. So here are some of the park benches you can kind of sit in and admire. These are from DecoCraft, and they're perfect for our park. So I'm really excited. We can come over here, grab a sandwich, sit, relax, eat, enjoy, admire the tigers, learn about it. We'll have like a tiger educator. We'll have NPC guests wandering around talking about everything. It's going to be fantastic. So that actually concludes what we have gotten done in 100 episodes. Like I said, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it takes a lot of work in the zoo. We're going to be hopefully moving at a bit of a faster pace, but see, I told you it rains a lot in the rainforest, but the past 100 episodes have not been entirely in the zoo. They have been all over our world. So really quickly, we are going to take a quick tour of our world. We're going to go check on Zombberry Village. We're going to go check on what has been done in the Village of Light, which is one of our main villages that I hand built in the old world before it got deleted. And we have been trying to rebuild it in this world. The Village of Light is pretty amazing because the NPCs, the villagers who operate the shops and who have the trades, who just have the fun little stories, who live in the Village of Light, are you guys. They are members like you guys. They're viewers who we've turned into NPCs, and it's really fun. I love the Village of Light, and there used to be hundreds of different villagers, lots and lots of shops, and we've had to start rebuilding it from scratch because the old world was deleted on us. So let's keep moving. Do-do, ba-dun-dun, ba-do-do-do, ba-do-do. Phew. And that's the other thing. I need to figure out ways to get back home faster than this, but Alia and Pine are still following us. That is good. We've actually got some coins that we've collected. So let's stop under this tree. Oh my goodness, there's some lightning and thunder. My gosh. Well, that actually makes me think that we need to build some little pavilions and gazebos, so if it starts raining, people will have a nice little spot to get out of the rain. Not to mention some little hotels and inns and things like that, so if they need somewhere to sleep at night, they can have a little spot where they can find some rest. Building a lodge, the Great Wolf Lodge, is actually one of our goals of things that we're going to build here, across from the Red Wolves in the future. So yeah, there's going to be so many things in this zoo, not just adventures, not just animals, and there's going to be hotels, restrooms, there's going to be games, there's going to be gift shops. It's going to be a huge build, and that's why we do daily episodes, is to just try to keep up with all of it. All right, puppies, I'm going to well, actually, we're about to go to the store, so I won't grab some more food. And we're just going to kind of charge through the rain. I'll leave my armor off. I trust the rain. I don't think too much will show up during the rain. All right, and let's keep going. And oh wow, I can't believe we just toured like pretty much my whole home just then. This is another section that I can show you guys really quickly. This is where I have my extended gardening, like my extended farming that I need to keep close at home, but I need like lots and lots of certain crops for different projects that we're doing. So this is the top of some highlands that I leveled out and I filled with a giant field. Oh, and there's that mystery arrow. Like I said, mention the trivia in the comments below if you guys know where the mystery arrow is from, because oh my goodness, mystery arrows, they show up everywhere lately, especially around Zombberry Village. It worries me. But this is like a nice flat area where I have a big giant garden that I keep so that I can grow plenty of soybeans, because I need lots of soy milk for all sorts of cooking projects. So that's what this is up here, and we'll probably have more little gardens set up, like a nice little waterfall area set up pretty soon. So that's what's going on over here, and a nice beautiful bridge to go over that little chasm. And then down here, I can show you more of my areas actually. Over here is the Garden of Eden, which we used to visit all the time when we were in the old world. This is where I store some of my favorite plants. This is where I store some of my favorite trees, where we store some very special trees that represent each 100 of the episodes. Oh, we didn't do that. We'll have to do that and put the signs down for the trees that represent each one of our episodes. Aw, because every 100 episodes we have a tradition of putting down a new tree. And so like this is the Spice of Friendship tree. I can't remember which episode number that was. We'll find out. This was the Tree of Origins tree, which is another one of our special trees. This was like the Adventure tree for like, I think episodes 400 or so. This one was dealing with a tree that had to do with the dinosaur discoveries that we started doing. I think that was like maybe 300, episode 300. So yeah, we've got like a lot of trees we need to put down and a lot of work we need to do in the garden too. Man, see, that's all these different projects are how we suddenly only have so many exhibits in the zoo. All right, and we're gonna get in here. And this is Zombberry Village. So this is where we keep all of the villagers who I have cured of zombieism. And they're no longer villager zombies. And they live here with my original zombie villager son, Junior, and his clone brother, JJ. And now, the long story short, Junior got killed. And I resurrected him, like half of him. And he got killed and turned into a villager zombie. So I was able to cure him again. But he also got killed and left a grave. So he has like technically another half of him is a corpse that I need to resurrect. It's a very complicated story. It's kind of amazing that it even happened. This is Boulder, who watches over the zombie villagers as well as his guard chickens. These are mama chickens who roam around, and they just try to make sure that everybody is safe from any evil mobs that want to come in and try to kill our villagers. Hello, little one. You appear to be having some personal issues with standing on that balcony. But there's houses everywhere where you can come on in. At least the doors get messed up because the villagers play with them so much sometimes. But you can come on in. You can speak with the villagers. Hey, Iverson. Iverson's super important because he trades emeralds for reusable safari nets. Oh, and they just met my puppies. Oh, look at all this. Thank you so much. So many presents for my dogs. Oh my gosh. Are there any diamonds? I hope there's diamonds. Not to be greedy or anything. I'll take some slime balls, and the pork will be very useful for feeding them, and an apple is always nice. There we go. But I love coming in and visiting with the villagers. There's all sorts of villagers who do different things. Like there's this new cute little cafe maid lady who will give you like disposable batteries, which are really useful. She'll give you Cassius cardboard boxes, or if you give her seed bags, she will give you emeralds. She'll also give you acacia log boxes, which are basically a big pile of acacia logs, if you trade her some emeralds. So there's lots and lots of villagers, and we still need to be building more in the village. So I need more side quests so we have more stuff done in Zombberry Village. But this is just Zombberry Village, and beyond it, because this is just a village for cured zombie villagers. And beyond Zombberry Village, and like here's a little farm that they keep, I love it, is where we're rebuilding the Village of Light. And I haven't managed to do a lot in the Village of Light yet. I'm trying. But we do have a couple buildings done, at least. We have the two-dog bakery and daycare. And James, who's currently the only one here. But this is the doggy bakery. So this is where we can kind of come and we can find plenty of food for our dogs. Because feeding 8 dogs, which is how many dogs we have. James, why won't you turn around for a picture? Come on, James. Turn around. Turn around for a picture, James. Nope. Come on. Here, I'll shop at your place. I'm going to buy some stuff from you. Pork, rice, and carrots today for the dogs, if you don't mind, James. All right. There we go. And I've got more food. But yeah, he sells fresh dog food, which you can come in and buy. He'll also sell you... well, actually, he won't sell you anything else, but he'll trade you different coins for some of the ingredients that he needs to make his gourmet dog food. But James lives here with his sister, who hasn't been added back in yet, but there's going to be puppies back here that are just like at the daycare. So this is going to be really awesome. That's their home. Still need to continue decorating it. We need to put some gardens down, maybe some fountains, and definitely some signs so people know what they are. And this is actually the bank. So this is where Banker Amber stays. Oh, come on, Pine, you can come in out of the rain. This is where Banker Amber stays. There's a nice little area you can kind of sit and rest. You can kind of come over here and talk with her. And if you speak with Banker Amber, then you can actually trade her different coins. You can trade her those experience points. She acts kind of like an ATM. But the reason we have the ATMs is so you don't have to run all the way over here to the bank just because you want to have like a nice little drink, a nice little ruby melon smoothie over at the P-File Cafe. So there's coins you can trade with Banker Amber. There's higher denominations of coins for more expensive items that you can trade with her. So Banker Amber is really awesome to come visit. And I'm trying this whole place will one day be filled with a gigantic village. We're working on that. And I'm working on kind of getting an inn set up that will go into, they'll kind of push into that mountainside, but I'm not happy with the build of the inn, so we're probably going to tear it down and try again. There's nothing in it right now. It really is just like empty. There's wild German shepherds that live all over the Village of Light area. This is the Tree of Illumination, which used to be right next to our house, and now it is actually over here where the Village of Light is going to be. But the Tree of Illumination is one of the awesome trees that we've had. On episode 50 of season 1, we grew this beautiful sacred oak, and it was fantastic. And in episode, was it 200 or so, maybe 200, 300, 150, one of the milestones, we actually had it blossom. So the Tree of Illumination bloomed and has these beautiful blossoms that help to light up the night. So it's really fun. The Tree of Illumination is going to be one of the main points for the Village of Light in the future. I'm pretty excited about that. And down here is the sadly slightly neglected, and I need to update a ton, beautiful Nympsia garden. So this is the Nympsia garden, and it is meant to house flowers that represent all of you. So I haven't updated it in way too long. I definitely need to. But for every 100 subscribers we have, I add another Nympsia flower. All right, gotta back up a little bit because my dogs were being silly. Alia, Pine, I know it's very exciting, but I need you guys to sit down. You can't go and jump into the fountain, guys. It's not gonna happen, okay? And stay here. But yeah, the Nympsia garden is where we can kind of come in to just sit and be in awe and full of thanks for how many amazing people are part of our community. So each one of these Nympsia flowers represents 100 of you guys, and you can pretend that any of the blossoms that you want, one of these tiny little blossoms represents you. And I come over here when I just really need to think about how many people out there are watching, how many people out there are learning and sharing our passion for the natural world, and it's a very humbling feeling. And I need to visit the Nympsia garden more. We should do some more side quests, really get the Village of Light going. Oh, this is really awesome. Reflecting on all of the builds that we have, all of the areas. Oh, there's a cute little snake. All of the areas in the world. It's just so exciting to think about it and just think about all of the things that we need to add. But really, I'm pretty impressed with what we've gotten done in just 100 days if you think about it. And of course, this is just my little corner of the world. So really quickly, in fact, really quickly, I'm just going to show you guys all of the other areas that there are in the world on the server. It's amazing. It's fantastic. There's so many other people. You guys can check out links to their channel in the video description below. There's so many other people and more to come who have joined our world. There's another one of the mystery arrows. I am telling you, that is just as creepy as it gets. As creepy as it gets. But yeah, there's so many people who have taken part in building up this world into the amazing thing that it is. We've got Alex's swamp, Ben's home, Anasia's haven, Huck's temporary shack, and his temporary place. We've got a wildlife refuge that Alex is currently in the process of building, Maya's cherry blossom place, her lavender field, her meadow base, her villages, Nirne's tropical paradise, New Hearthstone, which is an area that I need to work on, Relic Ruins, which is under amazing construction for super surprises for you guys, and the Sand Collection Desert, the Skeleton Grinder, the Snow Academy, Wind's Base, and the Zombie Grinder. So as the days go by, we are getting more and more and more different areas that just continue to be added to our world, and I cannot wait to continue the adventure and see what the next 100 days of adventure brings us, because I plan on being here for years and years and years and continuing to share the zoo, continuing to share the world, the adventures, the stories that are going to start unraveling. You guys might start seeing some of that little role play touches showing up in this world, because why not? It is a fantastic source for that. And a lot of animals. So tomorrow, you guys, we are probably going to jump back into the South Chinese tiger exhibit. I actually think we're getting pretty close to being done in there if we can just add in a few enrichment items, maybe add in that den. A lot of people have asked if we could do like some rope bridges that we could climb up and like walk across the rope bridges to look down and look at the tigers. So I'm thinking we'll probably do that. We'll probably make like a little ladder and you can climb on a little pavilion and look at the tigers from up high. So that's another thing that we will be working on. But I'm so excited to share all the adventures with you guys, and I am so grateful that so many of you have been with us for so long, and there's still just so much more to do, so many more adventures to go on, so many more things to think about, so many more surprises, and I will see you guys next time. So I look forward to sharing more of it with you guys. Bye-bye.